everyone, we are from Group Nexus.
My name is Renee Hon Yu En.
My name is Tan Sze Wei.
My name is Tee Jie Tian. We are from CAH2.
We'll be presenting regarding the topic, the Internet of Things CAH2.
First and foremost, I would like to do a short introduction to introduce about what is Internet of Things. The Internet of Things, which is also called IoT, is a network of interrelated devices that can exchange and connect data with other IoT devices such as sensors, software, mechanical and digital machine, and also consumer objects. There are 5 technologies that can make IoT possible, which are connectivity, low cost and low power sensor technology, cloud computing system, machine learning and analytics, and also conversational artificial intelligence. Now, I will introduce about the benefit of IoT. For the agriculture, IoT can benefit farmers by making their job easier. Sensors can collect data on rainfall, humidity, temperature, and soil content, and also help automate farming techniques. Moving on to the construction, IoT can help monitor operations surrounding infrastructure. This can provide benefits such as improve incident management and response, reduce operations fee, and also improve service quality. When it comes to home automation, IoT devices is used to monitor and manipulate an electrical and mechanical system in a building. Homeowners can also remotely control their home environment by using IoT devices. Deliberating on smart building and cities, we can see that it can help citizens reduce waste and energy consumption. For example, sensors can detect how many occupants are in a room and in turn turning on or off an air conditioner automatically.
Now, I would like to share about the component of Internet of Things, its functions and examples. The first component is devices or sensors. It can use to collect data from the physical world. Sensors can measure various parameters such as temperature, humidity, light, motions, and others. For example, smart thermostat, fitness trackers, and environmental sensors. The second component is connectivity, which enables devices to communicate with each other and with central system. This can involve various communication protocols and network, for instance, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, and cellular network. The third component is data processing. It can use to analyze and process the data collected by sensors. It can be done locally on the device or remotely on the servers or in the cloud. The examples include edge computing and cloud computing platform. Next, move on to the challenges of Internet of Things and its solutions. First up, security and privacy. As IoT devices collect sensitive data, they can become prime targets for cyber attacks and data breaches. Strong encryption, regular software updates, and multi-factor authentication can ensure that devices remain secure and privacy. Next, interoperability. With so many different manufacturers, IoT devices often struggle to communicate with each other. To fix this, we need standardized communication protocols, open APIs, and greater industry collaboration to ensure seamless connection. Third, scalability. As the number of connected devices grow, managing them and the vast amount of data becomes increasingly difficult. The solution lies in cloud platform and edge computing, which help handle the load efficiently, along with optimized communication protocols to reduce network congestions. Lastly, power consumption. Many IoT devices such as remote sensors rely on battery, so efficient energy use is key. To address this, IoT devices can use low power technologies, energy efficient designs, and even energy harvest technology to extend battery life.
Now I'll be sharing real-life experience in applying the concept of Internet of Things in a competition. So the system we built is named the IoT Smart Management System and is aimed to tackle few current issues that is occurring in the school computer lab. So first is about the outdated check-in system. This is because most schools use manual registration, which allows students to falsify their names and hide their identities to misuse the school computers. Students will tend to access inappropriate websites, check globally, or use the computers for entertainment purposes without any supervision. It also leads to electrical waste because students often forget to turn off the equipment in the school computer lab after using, thus causing unnecessary electricity consumption. So how does the flow of creating the system go? So first, we will create a simulation model for the Arduino kit. Next, we will create code for the Arduino kit by using Tinkercode. After that, we will create an app specially designed for the computer lab management system by using the MIT App Inventor website. Next, we will build and connect the system. After that, we will create QR codes for all students. Aside from that, we will create ID cards with QR codes specially generated for all students. Last but not least, we will insert all students' name into the database. IoT Smart Management System. As an alternative, we have also generated a brand new app called the MSN, so that the teachers and the students can download the app to have the QR code displayed on their phone screen for checking in the school computer lab. To further illustrate this part, if a student wants to access the computers in the computer lab, the student must first check into the computer lab by scanning their QR code. Once the ID card is inserted, the ultrasonic sensor will detect the presence of the card and a red-yellow light will light, indicating the seat is occupied. The machine installed will show the name of the students before permitting his or her entrance for security purposes. Next, the computer will only then be connected to electricity and the computers will turn on automatically. Next, the user's name and time used will be recorded and sent to the main server for the checking process by the respective teacher regularly. This system is able to ease the teacher's job by analyzing the students' activities on the computers by tracking the name of the students during any period of time if there is any reported case of misusing the computers. If a student wants to access inappropriate website, the teacher is able to notice and track the name of the students. Next, this system is able to avoid outsiders from using the school computer lab, as special ID cards are needed to access the computers. If any outsiders is detected, the buzzer will ring and red light will turn on, indicating the presence of the outsiders. After After using the computer, the students will be required to scan their QR code again to check out from the school computer lab. The electricity will be cut off and the computers will shut down automatically.